NASCAR Production Day has come and gone, meaning all the NASCAR news got dropped over the course of the last 24 hours, including Jimmie Johnson's 2024 schedule and why fans have suddenly turned on him, why fans are extremely upset at the format, and why they're not being allowed into the racetrack on Saturday at the LA Clash, plus some sponsorship news, Daytona 500 rides, you name it. We've got a lot to cover on today's episode of Shifting Gears.
High, push it, checker flag, hell yeah!
What's the caution for? Me?
Can I not push it in?
Stop anybody.
Come on, he's going! Way to go, boys! One hell of a job, man, one hell of a job! Thank you so much.
I am still a sick Alan Bailey. I still have a cough that is lingering. I hate my life. I have been in bed for the better part of a week. I am over this. It is not the Rona, but it might as well be. So do me a favor. Make me feel a little bit better and mash that subscribe button so that you come back for the next video. And while you're there, make sure that you also check out the link in the description to our second gaming and esport channel, Team Chaos, where we're running, hopefully, the 24 hours of Daytona this weekend with Overton Speed Shop. Very excited about that one with Team Chaos partnering to put a car together for that. So really excited for that. And as always, you can log on to arnrace.com in between videos for the latest motorsports news. ARN, the Motorsports Authority. So let's quickly bullet point, rapid fire everything that's happened over the course of the last 24 hours, because it's a lot, and we'll get into everything in great detail in a little bit. Jimmie Johnson's running the Daytona 500, the Brickyard 400, and the season finale at Phoenix with Carvana on the number 84 with Legacy Motor Club. Josh Berry unveiled this Harris number 4 for Stewart Haas Racing that he will run for 2 races in 2024. Justin Haley is going to be in the number 51 for Rick Ware Racing. Chris Lawson will be his crew chief. Jeffrey Earnhardt over to Sam Hunt Racing in the number 26 on a partial schedule in the Xfinity Series. We have the NASCAR Clash format. Daniel Suarez is going to be running the NASCAR Mexico Series race with Quaker State on the number 99 Chevy in the NASCAR Mexico race. Daniel Dye is going to be running 10 races with Colleague Racing in the number 10. Death Wish Coffee is going to be sponsoring Anthony Alfredo in the number 62 at Daytona. Nick Sanchez is back at Rev Racing full-time in the Truck Series. Kevin Bono Mannion will be his crew chief. Castrol Edge is going to be sponsoring Brad Keselowski and Chris Buescher for multiple races in the Cup Series. Very cool paint schemes. Front Row Motorsports switched its technical alliance from RFK to Team Penske for the 2024 season. Kaz Grala is in the number 15 for Rick Ware Racing for 25 Cup races in 2024. Wendy's is heading over to Trackhouse to sponsor the entire organization for the 2024 season, including 2 Cup races where they will be the primary sponsor and 1 for SVG in the Xfinity Series. NASCAR has extended the deadline to negotiate with the teams with a new charter deal. Hopefully they will come up with a new deal before the end of the month. Did I miss anything? I don't think so. But let's actually go through all this because, as you could tell, it's a lot. So let's go one by one here, starting with Jimmie Johnson. Now, to me, it's not really a surprise that Jimmie Johnson is going to run, or at least he's planning on running, the Daytona 500, the Brickyard 400, and the season finale. Those are kind of benchmarks, and he's announced a handful of other races, about 9 races for the 2024 season, and it doesn't surprise me. A lot of people are questioning why Phoenix. It's a massive, massive, massive race for sponsorship. It's a big market, and Carvana's picking up the bill on that one. And the thing that honestly has blown me away is the fact that so many people are dissing Jimmie Johnson now, and there was just an alarming amount of hate towards Jimmie Johnson running this partial schedule, and I get it. He's being inducted into the Hall of Fame with Chad Knaus this Friday, a few days away, and a lot of people are saying, well, he shouldn't be driving if he's now a Hall of Famer, and I don't see a problem with that. He hung it up full-time a couple years ago, and now I think he's just going out there and having fun, doing what he needs to do from a business standpoint to bring in sponsors into his organization over at Legacy Motor Club, and he's trying to go out there and have some fun in his last, twilight years. I think for him, it's, I want to see what these cars are doing. I want to put my input into this thing so I can see where we have to focus on things. From a driver's standpoint, it's brilliant because you get to evaluate what's wrong with your cars. And with Toyota coming over there right now, I get it. There's a lot of hate. And for me, it is going to be weird to see Jimmie Johnson in a Toyota. He's been in a Chevy literally since he was like 13 years old. And yes, I know he did IndyCar and he did IndyCar stuff. That's fine. But in NASCAR, he has always been the Chevy guy. So for me, it's going to be very, very, very strange. But we inevitably just have to get over it, because at the end of the day, those are sponsors. They come and go, and he is still the same driver. He is still the Hall of Famer that he is, and watch, how crazy would it be if he goes out there and actually wins Daytona or the Brickyard or some other big event this year? Be kind of nuts, right? So the Clash, a big deal was made about this, the fact that NASCAR is closing off the track to fans on Saturday for the first time for this event. Last year and the year before, it was open to fans. You could buy a ticket. I think it was only like $20 to get in, general admission on Saturday, and then other seats, assigned seats for Sunday. Sunday, for the last couple of years, either sold out or came really close to selling out. It sold out the first year, and I think they got like 95% sold out year 2 or close to it. And this year, I'm still waiting to hear from NASCAR what the official reason is, but my best guess, and I am stressing this is my best guess, it has to do with money. Because Saturday, not that many people show up. Yes, the diehards are there, but the fact of the matter is you have to hire parking security at the track. You have to have all those teams there. You have to have vendors there. You have to have so many people physically at the track, and it's expensive to open up the track. So I kind of get why NASCAR is just cutting this down to a one-day show for the fans. Go log on to FS1 and watch on FS1, everything that happens on Saturday. Yeah, that's great, but it's kind of a disappointment at the same time, because a lot of fans who, let's just say, can't afford or can't go on Sunday, go on Saturday. And I've seen that. I've seen a lot of people in the Los Angeles area, me being here in LA, always ask me about this event. Some people legitimately think it's the Daytona 500. Oh, they moved the Daytona 500 to Los Angeles. That's cool. Kinda is the response I've gotten from some non-NASCAR, non-sports fans, and that's fine. And it opens up the door to NASCAR for non-NASCAR fans. That was the entire point of this race. And I know there's diehards that say, oh, it should still be in Daytona, and that's fine. You want to go down to Daytona and run a plate race and wreck a bunch of cars, go have fun. We're going to do that with the dual races to get ready for the 500 as it is. I like it being in LA because it brings the sport into a new venue, a very historic venue, and it brings a lot of attention to the sport that otherwise wouldn't be paying attention. So for that alone, it's a win. Now, I'm planning on being there both days, and I am planning on filming and putting out footage and coverage. So I'm going to cover Saturday now a whole hell of a lot more than I would have originally because of this. And hopefully I'm able to get you guys some really cool angles and some cool footage. So make sure that you mash that subscribe button so that you come back for that. I have seen a lot of hate online about the fact that the track is closed on Saturday, but at the same point, if it allows NASCAR to put on a better show and better receive fans on Sunday, I'd rather have that than 2 days of meh coverage from NASCAR. But as far as the format itself goes, it's a little interesting, and I actually like it a little bit better this year than last year. On Saturday, we're going to get practice/qualifying with the Cup Series field split up into 3 different practice groups, each receiving 3 sessions. The fastest lap from their final practice session will determine the starting lineup for the heat races. We're going to get 4 25-lap heat races to set the field. I like this a lot, how it's spread out amongst these 4 heat races, and essentially the top 5 from each one of the heat races will advance to the main event, the Clash, on Sunday. The thing that I like, only green flag laps count, no overtime for these heat races. I like that a lot. Then on Sunday, there will be one final chance for everybody to make the field with the LCQ from 21st on back, with the top 2 finishers from the LCQ advancing to the Clash, which is happening on Sunday as well. And in between the LCQ and the actual Clash, we will see the NASCAR Mexico race where Daniel Suarez will be racing. And as far as the Clash itself is concerned, with the top 20 spots going to the top 5 finishers from each of the 4 heat races, 2 to the LCQ, and 1 champions provisional for a 23 car field. Once again, only green flag laps count, and the race must finish under green, no matter what. I sincerely really like this format. I think it's pretty clean, it's pretty simple. I am bummed that the heat races are going to be on Saturday when fans won't physically be there, but it just is what it is, unfortunately. This is the economy of NASCAR, and if it's costing NASCAR more money to open the gates to fans, then, I mean, I'd rather see bigger and better events year-round instead of one really, really, really big, good event, and then 38 races of meh all year long. So I get it. This is a business at the end of the day, and maybe it's because I have worked with smaller racetracks. Maybe it's because I've worked the short track scene. I get the economics of running a race, running an event like this, especially in LA, where everything is so damn expensive. You honestly have so many other non-racing factors to put in. It's not as simple as just turn on the TV cameras, open the gates, come on in. You have to hire a lot of people, and you have to keep a lot of people on staff in order to get this event to go. So I get it. I'm bummed, but I'm going to provide the best possible coverage I can on Saturday, so that it's like you're there, more or less. And let me know in the comments down below if you're coming to LA, and obviously you're not coming on Saturday to the track. What areas, what content would you like to see? Do you want me to hang out in the pits? Do you want me to hang out trackside? Do you want me to hang out in the middle of the track? I've done it before. Or do you want me to go up in the stands and get kind of the first-person view from the stands? Let me know in the comments down below, because our LA Clash video should be coming out the week after the Clasher show, and we're going to be doing some really cool content when we're at LA for the Clash. I'm very much looking forward to it, and if you guys are coming out for the LA Clash, let me know in the comments down below. Maybe we'll do a meetup. Front Row Motorsports is making a pretty hefty little change in the offseason. They're switching their technical alliance from RFK Racing with Ford over to Team Penske with Ford, and honestly, I get it. I mean, RFK, they are going places. They are on an upward trend. However, it's Team Penske. They've won the last 2 NASCAR championships, and I'm kind of going to go with Team Penske myself. They have the proven track record. No offense to RFK. They are on the upward swing from Ford, but Team Penske has always been the top Ford team, or at least one of the top Ford teams right now. I honestly do think that Front Row is going to surprise some people in 2024. They had a pretty good year last year with Michael McDowell winning out at Indy and making the playoffs, and doing that enabled them to expand their shop essentially and get some components that they've desperately been needing, and they are very much looking forward to it. I think that they are going to be a contender this season to make the postseason again, and I think Todd Gilliland might have a breakout year this year, honestly. He's going to be one of those guys who's going to be hovering around 20th to 25th and maybe even potentially being a threat to make the postseason. Yeah, mark it. I honestly do think that Todd Gilliland in that number 38 Ford should be fairly competitive. He was pretty competitive last year. No, he didn't make a postseason run. He didn't make an attempt because he was kind of all over the place, but he's back in his car that he has earned for the full 2024 season, and I think he's going to surprise some people. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. And now it's that time of the show where we kind of dig open the comment section down below and read your comments to the show in today's mailbag. So let's go ahead and start with this one from Penalty Box 9097. Unlike some folks, I'm excited to have this new track. I went to every race from 2013 until the last race last year. I thought for a second that the new half mile wasn't going to get built. Now it is for sure. After seeing the Clash last year, I'm starting to like short track racing. I hear the new track will be 2/3 of a mile. Penalty Box, I haven't heard that yet. NASCAR is still kind of working on the schematics of the track, and if you're unfamiliar, we're talking about the Fontana racetrack, California Speedway. A lot of people want to call it Auto Club because that's what it was called, but the Auto Club sponsorship rights literally expired 2 days after the Cup race last year, so it is once again California Speedway or Fontana, however you want to phrase that. Yeah, honestly, I was worried there for a second as well, and I'm still a little worried just because there is no concrete plans yet, as they're still tearing down that track and doing things to it. But as far as I know and as far as I'm hearing from NASCAR, they are still working with iRacing and still trying to get that track right from a design standpoint, and that is the most important. I could give a hell what the fan zone and the stands and that kind of stuff. That's all secondary stuff that they can add later and upgrade later and do later. I'm concerned about the on-track racing product. Hopefully we see something really cool come about in Fontana very soon. Off switch 1. I just started iRacing. I haven't completed one race yet. Keep getting black flagged. Oh, bud, I'm sorry. I mean, I get it. It takes time. I would highly recommend jumping into a test session, a practice session, and getting some laps logged. And that's what that's there for, is to try things and to send it a little too hard, crash the car, and reset and figure it out. If you're struggling that bad, that's my best advice. I've been on iRacing for a little over a year now, like 13 months, 14 months, whatever it's been, and I'm enjoying it. I have a couple of wins to my name, and Team Chaos is going strong here. Year one for Team Chaos, my own esport team, so that's fun. So check out the gaming and esport channel with the link in the description below. I'm running the 24 Hours of Daytona here in a few days, and I'm cautiously optimistic about that, let's just say, but very excited nevertheless. So I wish you all the luck in iRacing, and hopefully we see each other on track very soon. Mister? I'm going to say Mr. 241. Pretty cool. I just kind of fell into your show. We, for the third year in a row, stay in the infield of the Daytona 500 on turn 1 and 2. It's awesome. I'm in Western New York, so I'll probably hit up the Glen also. Thanks, really like the show. Thank you so much for the kind words. I get a good amount of hate, and I really, really appreciate the good words. Yeah, no, that's awesome. I have been to Daytona. I haven't been to Daytona International Speedway for an actual cup race yet. I was there in 2011 after Trevor Bayne won the thing, and never got a chance to be there for an actual race day. That's still on my agenda. Hopefully I'll get out to a 500 pretty soon, but I'm out here in Los Angeles, and like, I head out to Auto Club, The Clash, Vegas, Phoenix. I've been up to Sonoma, and that's about it. I haven't gotten a chance to go to other races in this in the area because there isn't. Like, Texas is fairly far for me, and I'm hoping to get to Dakota for a cup race and an F1 race, hopefully here pretty soon. But yeah, I absolutely love, heading out to races. It's one of my favorite things. And Sandy R4656, congrats on 6,000. Everyone loves a giveaway. Yeah, they do love a giveaway. Yes, we hit 6,000 subscribers here on the channel just a few days ago. Thank you guys again for that, honestly. We've been blowing up here lately, and I absolutely love it, and it's thanks to you, so sincerely, thank you. So, to show my gratitude, yes, we're going to do a giveaway. You might notice I have some pops. There's a Bubba Wallace one right there, but I have another one right here. So what we're going to do is going to go ahead and raffle off this Bubba Wallace pop, just because it's here. I have a second one. I don't know why I have a second one, but I do. So we're going to go ahead and raffle it off. So here are the rules. You must be a subscriber as of whenever. Even if you have been watching and you haven't clicked that subscribe button for whatever reason, click that subscribe button now and go ahead and leave it in the comments, Bubba, in order to enter. And you can also tag a friend if you'd like, in order to get an additional entry in a separate comment. So leave Bubba in the comments, tag a friend if you want to go ahead and enter a second time, and we will go ahead and announce the winner next week, because I am still sick. As you could tell, still fighting this cold. Hopefully it'll go away soon. I've got the 24 Hours of Daytona this weekend, so I need to be better-ish, hopefully, and Daytona's around the corner, the Clash is around the corner. I cannot be sick, and yet I am still sick. I am honestly sick of being home. I want to go to work. That's how you know you're really, really sick and something's wrong. If you're thinking to yourself, I really want to go into LA traffic. I miss the LA traffic. I want more of the LA traffic to get to the studio. That's literally my thought process and my being right now. So send help. Make sure that you comment Bubba and tag a friend in the comments down below. And while you're there, if you haven't, mash that subscribe button. You must be a subscriber in order to be part of this giveaway. And you can also go ahead and log on to arnrace.com for the latest motorsports news. ARN, the Motorsports Authority. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully an episode on Friday if I'm not dead. We will kick off the 24 Hours of Daytona Saturday, streaming across all the platforms, but also on the Team Chaos one. So go check that out at Team Chaos with the link in the description down below. So for Shifting Gears on a Wednesday, January 17th, I'm Alan Bailey. We'll see ya at the track. Bye, gearheads. I held it in.